It's only Judicial Watch who's asking questions about this basic history of Joe Biden. So if you knew that there were 1,800 boxes of Joe Biden's records somewhere and you're a media person, wouldn't you be asking questions every day? Why can't we get access to them? Well, of course, you know what our media is about. So once again, it's Judicial Watch to the rescue, doing super heroic work up in Delaware, where Joe Biden's Senate records are being housed in the University of Delaware and kept secret from everyone. And our point is, we have a lawsuit on behalf of the Daily Caller News Foundation. Our point is, we should be getting access to those records. Why are they important? Well, they could be, I don't know what's in them. I do know they don't want them to see us. They don't want us to see them. So that tells me there's something in them. Now, the woman who accused Biden of sexual assault, she thinks there might be records concerning her complaints in there. Joe Biden himself has talked about his communications with foreign leaders when he was head of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and senator. That would be interesting. How about the Biden corruption issues? I mean, I talk about it all the time, and dumb me, I didn't make the connection even in talking about this lawsuit. There could be records about his corruption activities, or records that reflect information about what his family was doing in terms of their business dealings when he was senator. So how is it we can get these records? Well, typically these types of records are not publicly available because they're hidden in private places. The senators have the records privately, but here he gave them to the University of Delaware, and there was a deal. I think the deal was, as it's been reported, they wouldn't come out until after he left private life or something like that, or left public life. But they're government records in the sense that they're subject to the Freedom of Information Act in Delaware, the state law, because they're being maintained with government money. The University of Delaware is given $120 million a year by the state, and therefore we think the records are covered by the state FOIA law. Now, the lower court judge in the case said no. And the court looked at the protestations of the Delaware officials and the Attorney General of Delaware and said, well, he says they're not protected. We don't use government money to protect the records or maintain or work on the records. So therefore, I'm going to take his word for it. We weren't allowed to get any discovery or ask any additional questions. How do you like that? We couldn't even get any records about the deal between Biden and his buddies at the University of Delaware. So Judicial Watch had that adverse ruling, and sometimes we lose and we're like, we don't like the law, but the judge fairly interpreted it and applied it. And it's terrible. We can't get the records, but we can't. There's no good faith basis to appeal. That wasn't the case in this situation. I mean, especially that we can't even get records about how this stuff was being managed. Forget about the underlying Senate records. So we filed a notice of appeal the other day. And again, it's only Judicial Watch who's asking questions about this basic history of Joe Biden. The man's was in the Senate, for 30 years, and there's 1,800 boxes of records, and Judicial Watch and our friends at the Daily Caller News Foundation are the only ones willing to go to town, go to bat for them up in Delaware. And as you can guess, it's a small state. I mean, it's a small state. He's the favorite son. He's in the Oval Office, so it's going to be a challenge in the courts. But we're not going away, and we're going to keep on pushing. So I'll let you know how that proceeds, and hopefully we get some success and good news from the Supreme Court of Delaware.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.